All right, so you swam at the 2017 University Games in Taipei, where you won the 50 free.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you remember most about your World University Games experience?
I think what I remember most is just being able to go to Taiwan and represent the United States, and then also meet a bunch of amazing swimmers from all over the country as well. And so we got to like stay in apartments with like 8 other girls, and so I got to meet swimmers from all over it was all the US team, so I got to meet so many other great swimmers. And then also I think just the part that sticks with me the most is just being in the athlete village. So it's a little bit kind of like the Olympics, where they have an athlete village in all sports and all countries, and all athletes are kind of in the same dorms and you eat at the same like cafeteria. So just seeing people from all different cultures and meeting people from different countries and kind of hearing about how their training goes, or just how different sports are in different countries. So it was a really eye-opening experience, but I also learned a lot, and sometimes you kind of forgot that you were at a swim meet, but I loved just meeting as many people as I could.
Yeah, I understand that. So what was it like getting to represent the US on like a large scale, like the World University Games, and you didn't share that with one of your teammates and Helen, and then your coach and Duncan?
Mm-hmm. It was great. I loved having Helen and Duncan there because it was friendly faces that I trained with Duncan every single day and trained alongside Helen a lot as well. So having just that support system that really knows you was really nice just to have, because you're all the way across the world, and just great to have those people to lean on. And representing the US is something that I think most swimmers dream about. So being able to have that opportunity, and I was just speechless when I got the email that I was going to be going to Taiwan. It wasn't really something that I had even really thought about. I don't know if I really knew what World University Games were when I went into college, but I think just having the support system that we do have at UNC, and then even all of the other coaches that are there as well. So it's just a huge opportunity to learn from different swimmers and different coaches as well.
Yeah, I get that. So do you believe that competing in a global event like the World University Games made you a better competitor overall?
I think so, because like I said, you get to learn from so many different swimmers and so many different coaches. And even when you weren't swimming, you could go to either other sporting events or just watch other swimming sessions. So you kind of get to see how other swimmers prepare for big races like that. And having that be my first international meet, it was great to see people who were maybe more experienced in it, to kind of learn from them as well. So I think it definitely helped me become a better person and better swimmer and better teammate when I got back to UNC as well.
Yeah. So as you're aware of that the Triangle area has this huge university presence, not just, Duke, NC State, and UNC, but they also got all these other smaller colleges. So what are your thoughts on UNC and all these other universities as hosts for the World University Games?
I think it's awesome. I think the Triangle area is like a huge up and coming area in the US with all of the different universities around there. I think it would be great to kind of put the Triangle area on the map. I think they have all the resources that are kind of necessary. And then just having people from outside the country come in and get to see a whole nother part of the country that maybe they would have not been able to see. I feel like a lot of times people put like New York City or LA or kind of East Coast, West Coast, but people don't usually think about North Carolina. So I think just giving it that visibility and awareness would be huge, and such a great area to host it as well.
Yeah. So in your perspective, what kind of positive impact should we expect if the Triangle were selected to host the 2027 World University Games?
I think bringing so many visitors and tourists to the area. Even at the swim meet in Taiwan, there was like always a huge crowd, and so I think it'll bring so many people to that area. And I think the Triangle area especially has a great, just thinking of swimming, has a great like youth swimming program and a bunch of youth swimmers around, so there would not be a shortage of spectators for the events. And I think the same goes for all sports. I think sports are a huge thing in that area, so I think it'll just also give kind of youth athletes in that area something to look up to and something to look forward to and kind of aspire for when they get into college. So I think it would be great.
So in your opinion, what makes for the best athlete experience at an event like the World University Games?
I think just convenience and kind of having everything like mapped out beforehand. You think you're there to do your sport, so not having to think about like, how am I going to get to the pool, or how am I going to get home? What about like meals and stuff like that? So having everything kind of laid out and knowing when and where everything is and having a plan for everything would probably be the best for it.
All right. So last question here. What advice would you give a young athlete who is aspiring to represent their country at an event like the World University Games?
I think dream big and have fun with it. I think one thing I always tried to do when I was swimming is to have fun with it. I tried to never take myself too seriously, because at the end of the day, it is just swimming, and you get into swimming because you love it. And so just keep having fun with it and keep making friends on your team and outside of your team. Yeah, I think that those are my two pieces of advice: dream big and have some fun.
All right. Well, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.